Over the last 2 days, I've visited the agency founders event here in Dubai, in Burj Khalifa, and I had the opportunity to talk to the leading people in their domain in ecom, be it people doing Google marketing, email marketing, meta marketing, building AI agents, anything relevant to ecom, you name it. And I must say the insights from that are pretty insane. Since the introduction of AI tools to the ecom space, the way we work, the way we produce performance, the way we structure teams, even the way we compensate started to shift pretty fast. Everyone's talking about, oh, use this or that AI tool, and releases tons of videos about it. Nothing wrong with that. But in this video, I really want to zoom out and give you a high-level overview of where we are headed in the industry and what it means to us and to ecom brands, and how to make sure you actually win in this AI adoption and don't turn out to be one of the brands that was too slow to realize what's going on and then failed because you didn't ride the wave of all the changes that AI brings with it, not just new tools to use. So that being said, let me get straight into the first point. In case you don't know me, my name is William. I'm scaling ecom brands with a full funnel approach and meta ads, and I've generated over 70 million in revenue for a dozen of brands across various niches. Anyway, point number one. There's one interesting shift going on that I feel like not enough people are paying attention to it, especially in the paid media space, although this is also an important thing for ecom brands and basically being findable. And that is the shift from SEO to AEO. In case you don't know it, it's search engine optimization and answer engine optimization. And what's happening is that this is one service that is really very formulaic and systemizable. So this is one thing that is getting more and more replaced by AI. You already have now AI-powered softwares that do SEO better than most agencies. You would need to pay a few thousands per month, and that just for a few $100s, if not less. But what's even more important is that SEO, as we know it, really stops to exist. And instead of that, we're getting AEO. And in case you're not into that and rather just in paid media, it still has an impact on paid media. Because usually we would go on Google, search for a product, get a Google ad, click on it and buy, right? Now with more and more people actually using AI chatbots to do research, to solve the problems, to find specific content on the internet, you can imagine that there's a shift away from Google searches and more to ChatGPT searches, to Claude searches, to Grok searches, and so on. Now, those companies obviously don't take any money for ads yet, and they don't take money for any ad placement, but they definitely take away traffic from Google. Now, this might sound as a negative, but it is also a really big opportunity at the same time, because that gave birth to answer engine optimization. And based on the brands I talk to, the people I talk to online, the people I talk to in person, it doesn't seem like many people are actually really seriously doing that. Right now, it's of course in its early stages. So basically imagine that people would just search on ChatGPT, hey, what's the best way to get rid of pimples, and then ChatGPT gives them a scientific reply, and then at the end of that pitches your product as a possible solution. Imagine how amazing is that, and imagine what that means for the quality of your traffic. You don't need someone who's already aware of the product searching your product, just as it is mostly on Google right now. People who already have demand Googling your product and then buying it. But you can literally have someone just problem aware, searching for a solution, and the chatbot doing the whole nurturing and scientific explanation for you with such a great authority that they just trust it and believe it immediately, and then it pitches your product. Do you see how amazing and insanely impactful that can be? Now, this is just in its early stages, but this is not even the final state of what's going to happen, because AI agents are becoming more and more popular, and at some point people won't even Google it, they won't even type in something into ChatGPT, so they will just tell their phone or their computer, hey, I have this problem, do some research, find something that solves it for me, and just buy it, or maybe send it through for my approval, and then I will buy it. So imagine what will happen if the whole research, if the whole social media research, Google research, even AI research is not done by a human, but by an AI agent. Can you imagine what kind of impact that has on all the channels? It's pretty crazy, but basically AI agents will use AI to find solutions and to find truth on the internet and to find possible products. So AEO will become more and more relevant, especially as long as AI searches don't get monetized, if they will get monetized at all at some point. Now, the second big thing happening in the market, and you hear it everywhere, is obviously generative AI. Generative AI is allowing brands, agencies, and really anyone who posts to pump out content in way more volume, launch way more ads. And that means that when a brand would usually launch 10 ads per month, now they maybe launch 100 ads per month or 200 ads per month. And this is happening with big advertisers, with small advertisers, with anyone. Anyone can suddenly create way more ads, really good looking ads, and post them. And it will only depend on the copywriting ability and the ability to communicate the message, how well those will actually perform. We're currently at the point where quality quantity is becoming possible. So you can imagine what it will be doing to CPMs, especially on platforms like Meta and TikTok. Those platforms are obviously getting more users worldwide, but way faster than that, advertisers are pumping out more and more ads. And that will lead to CPM rising a lot. Now, the only solution to that is obviously to stand out and to have a clear, strong message. If everyone is flooding the internet with lots of AI ads, the only thing that will save you is not to also pump out a lot of content. I'm not saying do not increase your volume. I'm just saying that alone won't make you competitive because anyone can do it. But the criteria for success on those platforms will be how much quality and message market fit your communication has and how much it's actually resonating with your audience. Because if now anyone can do volume, the thing that will determine your success, especially with higher CPMs, is how convincing and strong your ads actually are and how much you differentiate yourself from your competition. So while pushing for more volume is not bad inherently, because obviously if you can maintain your quality, you will also get more winning ads and scale faster. That's what we do as well. You want to make sure that your quality does not drop while doing that, because otherwise you might just become noise as all of those AI slop spamming brands, and this is what you want to avoid. So use those tools to increase your volume, but never stop thinking yourself and never just leave it to the AI to produce more volume. Use your own brain in combination with AI to keep your quality of ads and the strength of your ads very high while increasing volume. Now the third point actually connects to that, to the quality of ad creatives. And that's quite a big shift that's currently happening in the industry. But basically those people who figured out language models and how to train them to actually be able to understand marketing fundamentals and write good scripts and write good ads, these people will have a massive competitive edge on you. Because where we had before, let's say one senior creative strategist and 2 junior creative strategists working on a brand, or let's say 2 seniors and 4, 5 juniors, this turns into just 2 seniors, or maybe even just 1 senior. Why? Because if you figure out language models and understand marketing fundamentals well enough, then you can train your language model to write ads and to write scripts that are better than those of most junior creative strategists. And this means that one really good creative strategist can replace 4 creative strategists, or even more. You just need one guy running the AI, adding their own thoughts, improving it a bit, and this will give you more quality and more volume than having a team of like 5 copywriters, 3 of them junior, writing ads all day long. Now you might be thinking now, well, this is amazing. I will save a lot of cost, increase my quality, increase my volume. Everything's perfect. Yes, that's true. That's the first order consequence. But think about the second order consequence. What is happening now is that for new people to get into creative strategy and be junior creative strategists, it just does make sense. Like, just imagine, how is someone new to creative strategy, completely unaware of market awareness levels, sophistication levels, research methods, and so on, let alone how to write good copy with AI? How is this person supposed to compete with a senior creative strategist who would usually work, let's say, just with one brand, or this brand would also need to hire a junior creative strategist? But now the senior creative strategist does it all. So the new guy is directly competing with an AI-powered senior creative strategist. Like, how on earth is that supposed to work out for them? It won't. So what's happening is a very brutal and hard entry into the market for new people that want to learn creative strategy. And what does that mean for brands? Well, it means that their talent inflow and training of talent in the market is just suddenly cut off. You will have a few very skilled, very trained people in different brands and in different agencies. But if you want to scale and add on to your team, this talent pool will be more limited than ever. So there will be a fierce competition around the best agencies and the best marketers and creative strategists. The ones who can afford the best talent, they will default to just using AI, maybe some AI tool that is somewhat trained so they are better than most junior creative strategists, but nowhere near the level it could be if you would have a senior creative strategist. And that leads into my fourth point, and that is how we price things and how we compensate things in ecom. Because the best creative strategists in the market, they are aware of it and they know what is happening. Back then, many years ago, you could just hire a really good creative strategist, pay them 3K, 4K, 5K per month, 6K per month, whatever it is, and you would get great output and they would be happy. But now many things are changing. In addition to the cut-off supply of talent, the best people know how much value they can bring to an ecom company. They know how much value they can bring to an agency. And because with the help of AI, they can actually 10x their output, they won't be just getting 5-6K per month to do their job. In fact, with the help of AI, they are getting you 10x value, so they will expect 10x the compensation. I'm already seeing this shift right now. Because we're looking for new creative strategies to expand and scale constantly, I can tell you that you can go through so many interviews, but it will literally take you like dozens of interviews to have someone decent who is actually worth being trained. Everyone else is below the bar where AI could replace them. And again, those people who are better than AI, who can train AI, who can use it and leverage it, those people understand their value. And if you think about it, if they are capable to scale your brand from 100K to 500K per month, or from 500K to 1 million per month, why would they settle for a 4K per month salary? They won't. It just doesn't make sense. If they are capable of solving a 100K per month problem or a 500K per month problem, they will demand their fair share. As in the agency space, when more and more agencies woke up to this fact and switched to ad spend shares and performance fees, the same thing is currently happening to the peak talent of creative strategists, while the bottom talent is getting replaced by AI. So while you will save on hiring lots of creative strategists, at the same time, you will need to hire only one person, but pay them their fair share to actually work for you and to retain them. I also see a big shift towards strategists wanting performance bonuses and performance fees, and this pushes even agencies to charge performance incentives. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I know it's a controversial topic, but at the same time, if those people are directly monetarily incentivized to grow your brand and get compensated more by doing better, they will definitely do better, and in the end you might end up having more than less and growing faster. Be ready for those changes, and don't be surprised if you won't be getting someone really great for a few grand a month anymore for this position. This is, by the way, also one thing that pushes my own company to soon shift to a structure that is also incentive and performance based. So far, most of our deals were retainer based. I actually prefer that because I like simplicity and I simply like to provide much more value than we charge, and by doing so also growing faster. But now with how the industry and the market changes, we might introduce profit shares this or next month. If you want a meta partner who can help you scale and navigate this fast changing landscape, and if you still want to lock in our flat retainer offer, click the first link in the description and set up a call with me. We take on 3 more brands in this February. Hope this was insightful. Keep scaling. Bye.